Hey guys, and welcome back to the Interceptor. So today we're here with another war, and this is going to be Season 22 War 3, and we finally matched up against Agent Graphite. So they have been like a big rival of our alliance for a long time, and we've wanted to face them. They've always been a spot ahead of a spot behind us, but we've never been able to match them. We faced them in Season 20. It might have been Season 19 even, I'm not sure. It was either 19 or 20, and we did beat them, but they have just gotten much better, replaced a lot of people, same as us, and we're actually the two alliances that have improved the most in the last few seasons, so this is going to be a good war. We're taking in the team of Ghost, Wasp, and Hood, and I do have to take Path 9 in Section 1. Now, I wasn't technically back up in Section 2 because I did have an assigned fight, but I was splitting a path with someone, and he was taking the first node, which means that what I was able to do... Let me see if the lighting will fix a little bit. This isn't too great. That's probably better. What I was able to do is I was actually able to save every single one of my fights this war and do them all at the same time. So this next clip you're going to see is going to have all of my fights in one boosting period, which is going to cost a few extra potions, but that's alright. So we are going in here and we are going up against... this domino on path 9, so you see we did go full boost. I have full suicides on, only 1 point in recoil. The only reason I did not put 3 points in recoil like I normally do with Ghost is because of this domino can fail your phase and you just lose 10%, and I don't really want to do that. So there we just parry that hit. We're going to dash back, phase, medium, and even though we don't get the guaranteed crit, we still got the phase there, so we're just going to throw off this L2 right here after I bait out this special. And then I think I'm going to block, do one hit, and then right here I'm going to bait out a heavy so that I can safely throw my L2 so that even if my phase fails, I don't get clipped. Or sorry, if my phase and then like making my hit unblockable fails. So I basically your phase. But yeah, that fight's a pretty easy one. Now we'll go up. This is going to be a rank 3 Korg. We expected to see this on Mixed Master, and I was very relieved to see it here because I knew what a joke the fight would be. I don't play this fight that well, so it's going to be a little bit longer. I think this fight takes about a minute, but if I'd played this fight correctly, it would have been about 25 seconds. But you guys are going to see that. So we do heal up Ghost a little bit. I really need a 6-star Ghost. Like I'm surviving, not dying in tier 1 with a 565 Sig 200, but I just really like an Awakened 6-star at rank 3. So yeah, we're just intercepting with the light attacks to remove the charge. He's actually going to be really good this war, and he's not, or this fight, and he's not going to throw off a single special attack, special 1, while we are taking down his shield. So there we go, and right there, unfortunately, he was indestructible, and I didn't even notice. So right here, we have the Furies on us. We're going to throw off an L3 after I block a hit, that is. There we go. So now we're going to toss off our L3, and this is right before he gets his rock stacks back. And this node actually has Power Focus 1 and Resistor on it as well, and the Power Focus 1's really helpful when you're using Ghost here, because it just makes it so easy, because the L1's better to evade, or at least I prefer to evade it. Just because the L2 pushes you back so much. So here we finally get a big L2 off, and it don't even need the third hit. It's just the first 2 hits that are going to kill from about 80%. So I'm very happy with that. Like I said, not played perfectly, but it was not a bad fight. It just wasn't perfect. And now we're going to go over, and I actually was not... I assigned this war, by the way. I made all the planning, and I did not assign this fight to myself. I assigned this fight to someone with a rank 3 torch, but the thing is that he had another torch fight immediately after this, and I realized if I go into this fight with with Ghost, I can guarantee I will exit with 100%, but if he takes an unblockable special 2, he eats an L1 or something like that, which can also be unblockable because of Power Focus 2 on this node. They just get it more often. He's going to lose a lot of health, and I'd rather save him a few potions while also taking an extra fight for me. So this is a very easy fight. I'm going to throw on an invulnerability boost. The invulnerability boost is not for this fight. It's for the fight 2 fights after this, but I knew for a fact that both of these 2 fights right here would be incredibly quick, and that my invulnerability would last me through all 3 fights, so we're going to do that. And now we're going to go up and we're going to take this void on what's it called, ebb and flow intercept with redoubled determination. And there's also the note on here where if you don't hit every 6 seconds you get an armor break, which is of course intended to be a ghost counter, but a good ghost player just completely destroys this fight, and there's no challenge to it. So right here we're gonna just block it a little bit. We time it perfectly so that our 10 hits works out, and then right here we're gonna intercept with an L2, or rather I would have. It didn't really work out. So right here, I'm just going to throw an L2 because why not? I'm going to phase away the recoil, and then here I'm going to dex it, and then we're going to throw another L2 right after I'm able to get this node off right there. There we go. So let's throw an L2. This is going to give us a 1 bar power, and I'm going to eat the recoil and just throw it because I was just tired of that fight. I wanted it to be over. There's absolutely 0 risk in that fight. It's just not hard. But I did get that guy to move up for me, even though I didn't really need it. He just did it. And then we'll go to the Spider-Gwen. The best counter to this fight in the game is Venom, but Ghost is more than fine for it. I could take a rank 3 6-star here every single war, and I would never die. This is going to be Brute Force Limber with Spry. And I do believe I activate Spry 1 time in this fight, but the strategy for this fight is just so nice. All you have to do is get up to an L2, and I believe it takes 2 L2s, and this fight's just over. So all you have to do is, there you go, get to an L2, and then I'm going to block a hit right here, bait out a heavy, go in for 1 hit, launch an L2. And that's a very, very safe way to launch an L2. We phase away the recoil, we get back to an L2. I was trying to bait a heavy here, he wouldn't go for it, so we're going to phase away some of the degen, bait another heavy, go in. There we go, another L2. This is going to push us to an L2. I'm going to try to intercept with my own L2 as he dashes in, but then he dashes back. So we have 1 hit connect, 1 hit miss. Indestructible boost saves our ass. And then right here we finish off the fight. So I don't think I would have died. I think I took 3 hits, right? No, 4 hits. I definitely would not have died, I don't think. But it was still nice to have it as like a safety net. So that is actually going to be the end of my war. A very quick war for me today. We had run go in, and unfortunately we had run go into the boss. Unfortunately, we did take the loss in this war. It was a close war. We lost by 4. We had 1 person go into war, and they actually died 3 times, and they only had 3 fights, so they died to 100% of their fights, and it was just really, really unfortunate. And at that point, we were still winning the war. We made a comeback, but then they went like 40 attacker kills without dying. And at that time, they had 140 attacker kills, we had 130, and they were winning by 4 attack bonus. So we just gave up, and we knew we weren't winning. We completely stopped boosting. At the time I'm taking this fight, that was actually before we knew we lost the war. I thought we still had a chance to win, so I still boosted. But even if I knew we were losing the war, I still would have boosted like that. But yeah, unfortunately we did lose the war, and because we were not boosting, we just died a few more times. We probably would have been sub 10 if we had continued boosting. But they had 8 deaths since one of theirs didn't count, so they would have won anyways. But that is going to be it for this war, and after this war we are 2-1 on the season, of course picking up our first loss. Still deathless, and I have 17 out of 17 for my PSR, or 100% of my fights won. So 0 deaths so far. Ideally we continue that until the end of the season, but we'll see you guys in the next war video. Bye.